all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
The yeas are 60 and the nays are 40.
First at 6, 60 U.S. senators take the first step to try to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. What the tentative deal does and doesn't do, we're taking a look at it. And we have live team coverage for you into the shutdown as it enters the 41st day. We'll check in with Glenn Kittle and Priscilla Meza in just a few minutes from now and take a look at the local impact of the shutdown. But first, we want to say good morning to you. Happy Monday, and thanks for joining us in Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
And America Aries, we hope you had a great weekend. We're glad you're starting off your new week with us. It is foggy and wet out there. We're getting an update on timing and things like that.
So it's not the foggiest, it's not the wettest, but it is the most annoying. Yeah. It is the Monday forecast.
It's a Monday.
That's right. Good morning to you. Good to have you along. The forecast is not terrible. It's just there on this Monday. It's a slick start. We're not talking about anything icy. We are talking about wet. And remember, there's a lot of leaves out there, especially on the side roads, your driveways too. You know what that does to braking quickly. So be mindful of that. The rain moves out. The cold does move in. We'll talk about some really low numbers starting tomorrow morning. Mostly quiet, and we'll get to seasonal levels. We're just going to take a couple of days to get there. Visibility right now, half a mile, Willimantic, not much better. Groton to Chester. You see it does improve farther west you go. A couple of valley regions have a little bit of fog. I saw some in the Connecticut River Valley. That's really it. Cloud and radar picture shows you a couple of scattered showers starting to push in again. Not a huge deal. We'll take you down into New Haven County, show you the valley, moving outside of Bethany into Cheshire, seeing some showers. Again, manageable, not quite crossing over 91. There's more, however. There they are. As a system, pretty impressive system, dropping in some really cold air kinds of pushes on through. We'll look for some showers off and on throughout the day, and you'll see that as we run the high-resolution guidance again. By the afternoon, things start to taper off somewhat. Maybe ends as that cold front comes by with a little more oomph, and then the winds are going to pick up, and temperatures, as the skies clear out, are going to drop. Upper 40s to the low to mid-50s. I'm not looking for that to move anytime soon. We'll get into the mid-50s. Maybe upper 50s at the shoreline with a few showers off and on throughout the day. More now, more midday than later on today. By tonight, by dinner time, we're done. And boy, are we done with the temperatures, too. We'll show you the plunge for the overnight coming up. Erica, let's take a look at traffic.
All right. Well, it is wet out there and slick, so let's take a quick look outside. This is down in Bridgeport on 95. You can see the pavement is certainly wet and volume's starting to build on the right side there. We'll get more for you in a minute here. Hartford drive time's looking good if you're about to head out. Only 6 minutes from Glastonbury to the Founders Bridge there on Route 2. And we've got Waterbury drive times, no problem there as well. So smooth sailing as we take a look at Fairfield County. That's where you're seeing your issues. Bridgeport to Fairfield, you're looking at 14 minutes there on 95. And then starting to build there from Trumbull to Westport. That's creeping up at 16 minutes for that commute there on Route 15. And back to our top story now. The government shutdown may soon come to an end after a key vote in the Senate. It moved forward overnight.
Fox 61's Priscilla Meza joins us live in studio with the latest developments, what it means for us locally, and also the growing divide among Democrats. Good morning, Priscilla.
Yeah, good morning, Bridget and Erica. That's right. The Senate voted 60-40 in a test vote last night, a procedural step that moves them closer to reopening the government. But the agreement came only after a group of moderate Democrats agreed to advance without guaranteed health care subsidies, something many in their own party call a major concession. Now, this deal would fund the government through late January and guarantee a mid-December vote on extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits that expired January 1st. The agreement also reverses the mass firings of federal workers ordered by the Trump administration since the shutdown began October 1st and includes back pay for those impacted. Senate Majority Leader John Thune called the vote an urgent step, saying, quote, "The time to act is now." Senator Chris Murphy, who voted against the measure, took to X last night.
After the elections on Tuesday, it just became absolutely clear the American people do not want Democrats to be bullied into submission. They want Democrats to fight for their health care. They want Democrats to fight Trump's illegality. Bullies gain power when righteous people yield in the face of their wrongdoing. I didn't want this shutdown. I want it to end, but not at any cost.
Senator Richard Blumenthal agreeing as he took to X, saying, quote, "My position has always been no affordable health care, no deal. I'm unwilling to accept a vague promise for a vote at an indefinite time on an indeterminate bill. Millions of Americans and tens of thousands in Connecticut are forced to make impossible choices right now about what health insurance they can afford. The urgency of this moment demands action now to reduce health insurance costs." Final passage of the bill could still take several days if lawmakers continue to object, but this first vote marks the biggest movement yet toward ending the shutdown. In studio, Priscilla Mesa, Fox 61.
Well, the FAA's flight cancellations are now starting to take shape nationwide. Thousands of flights all across the country have been canceled after recent cutbacks from the FAA because of the ongoing government shutdown. It has now passed day 40. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is joining us live from Bradley now with more on the cancellations and how they are affecting flights coming into Connecticut. Glenn.
Yeah, good morning. Just taking a look at the flight board not too long ago, there's 8 flight cancellations that we've seen, 3 arrivals, 5 departing flights all canceled. Now, this is just a microcosm of what's been going on across the nation. Now, 2,700 flights were canceled as of yesterday evening. Now, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air traffic control would slow to a trickle if the federal government continues to shut down. Now, air traffic controllers and other essential government workers have now gone well over a month without receiving a paycheck. Some air traffic controllers have had to pick up a second job on top of their air traffic control duties just to make ends meet. Now, many have said that this has led to fatigue while they're on the job. Now, we caught up with a passenger heading to her flight to Orlando who says she was taking precautions before heading to her flights.
So for the last 4 days, I've been checking and checking and checking. So hopefully nothing's been canceled yet. But coming back, the government's still shut down, so you never know.
Now, she was one of the lucky ones, but believe it or not, there's still some light at the end of this tunnel. Last night, the Senate took the first steps to end that shutdown. As Priscilla just mentioned, the proposal could take several days to be voted on. We're still waiting to see and learn more on how the Senate will vote on that bill. Also, the airliners and the airports have been sending out warnings to passengers, telling them that during this government shutdown, it's probably best to download the airport app as well as the airlines app to make sure that your flight hasn't been canceled. We just talked to a woman not too long ago who said that last night she had called the airport to confirm that her flight was not canceled, and when she got in this morning, her flight was canceled. We'll hear from her coming up in the next hour. Live from Bradley National Airport, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
Oh, that is so frustrating, Glenn. But you definitely want to keep checking your flight status and just be prepared with a backup plan. You're going to need one. And when it comes to SNAP benefits and the people who need them, Governor Ned Lamont said on Saturday that all recipients of SNAP in Connecticut will have access to their benefits. But yesterday, the Trump administration ordered states to reserve that funding. So what happens now? A lot of confusion on this. Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot spoke with experts about what it all means.
To put it frankly, people I spoke with say the back and forth with SNAP has caused a lot of anxiety for people. This is all unprecedented times, and we are still working to understand how this will impact people after November.
I think a lot of people felt like if they didn't run to the grocery store to kind of max out their benefits, that they would have been taken back. But, you know, we want them to shop responsibly. And this is really tough because they don't understand everything that's going on. We all don't understand what's going on.
Community activist Jendaya Scott says she has been advising families to remain calm during all of this.
It's new, it's unprecedented, and we don't know what to do, but we have been guiding our families to take the time, breathe, relax. Get what you need, not overspend.
Confusion continues to linger after President Donald Trump made another SNAP benefit announcement Sunday. He wants states to reverse full SNAP benefits issued under the recent court orders. However, Governor Lamont says, quote, Connecticut does not need to take back SNAP benefits, and to those who receive their benefits, they should not worry about losing them. This all comes after SNAP benefits were issued to 360,000 people in Connecticut on Saturday.
A quarter of those households are working. Those are our people that we see in the grocery store bringing out our groceries.
Angela Maddie, a professor at Quinnipiac University, says this causes chaos to the most vulnerable population.
People don't realize that when you take away SNAP, you take away nutrition, you have a cascade effect of poor outcomes in education. People tend to get sicker. So this is a preventive mechanism to keep costs down in healthcare in particular.
And this is already putting a strain on people in Connecticut. Tamika Cole, Vice President of Development and Communications at the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford, says she's noticed the stress this has put on students and their employees.
We have our board members, we have community partners who are asking, what can we do? Every day we're receiving emails from them, and we are saying we are going to provide you with a list, and they want to make sure that they're making a huge impact for our kids and as our employees, because employees are important too.
Cole says she and her team will continue making sure the students and employees at the Boys and Girls Club receive food that they are familiar with during all of this uncertainty. In Hartford, Kate Patty Foote, Fox 61.
And Fox 61 is taking a deeper dive into the shutdown and what it means for you. We're bringing you reaction from all around the country with expert insight into what's happening on Capitol Hill. It's all on Fox 61 Plus, our streaming platform. You can stream us for free right now on your smart TV.
6:11 is your time, and we have breaking news in Bristol. We have just learned a 69-year-old woman was killed in her own driveway. Police say it happened after she was pinned under her own car on Rockwell Avenue. The department responded to the home just before 9 last night. Officers didn't say how it happened or the circumstances surrounding the incident, but we have made calls out and we're working to get those details for you. We'll let you know once they come in.